my name is Vanessa van Dijk, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use the Inkey List PHA Toner, which includes 3% of PHA and 3% of niacinamide. And PHA is an exfoliating acid that's suitable for all skin types, including sensitive skin, as it can help you to gently loosen the dead skin cells from the skin surface to reveal smoother and more even out looking skin over time, yet retains moisture. And then on the other hand, you have those 3% of niacinamide in it, which is great to regulate your oiliness. It's great if you're suffering from blemishes, and again can help you with brightening the skin. And so you can use the Inkey List PHA Toner daily in the morning and or evening, so either once or twice per day daily. However, if you're being new to it, I recommend starting off slowly and then increase the frequency over time if needed to make sure that you figure out what will work the best for your skin needs, so that you can get the benefits out of it and not irritating the skin. And so my recommendation would be start off by using the Inkey List PHA Toner once per day, every other day, and then see how this frequency goes for a few weeks. And if you want to maintain that frequency, then go ahead and stick to it. However, if you feel like you want to increase it, then you can go ahead and increase it by using it once per day daily, and then maybe after that increase it to twice per day daily. So again, it is important that you're going to listen to your skin, what frequency will work the best for you. And this is like an overall guide on how you can get started. And what's also important to keep in mind is how you're going to combine it. And so it is recommended, since it is an exfoliant, to not combine it with vitamin C, retinol and other AHAs, since this can lead to sensitivity or so-called irritation depending on the sensitivity of your skin and the percentage of those specific products. And so this is something that you want to avoid, therefore it's best to keep them separate. So please avoid using your PHA toner and vitamin C products in the same routine. Please also avoid your PHA toner with any retinol products or retinoids in the same routine. And please avoid using your PHA toner with other AHAs exfoliating solutions, like for example glycolic or lactic acid, so that you're making sure that you will have a balanced skincare routine and not leading to irritation or sensitivity over time. This may not happen right away, but it can happen over time when doing this over and over again. And so this is a general guide that I can share with you, which the Inkey List also recommend to keep in mind. Now, when working with a PHA toner for the first time, what's important to do before you're going to include it in your skincare routine and apply it all over your face is doing a patch test. So please make sure to do a patch test on your upper forearm before getting started to see if any sensitivity occurs. And if you want to know how you can do a patch test, I have a specific video for you in the top right corner. Just exchange that specific product with the Inkey List PHA toner and follow the same steps. And once the patch test went well, then you can go ahead and include it in your skincare routine. And this is now what I wanted to share with you, also visually on my face, so that you can see the steps when trying this out at home. Now I want to give you an overall idea of what's important to do if you're planning on using it in the morning and or evening. And so if you're planning on using your PHA toner in the morning, then again, you're going to get started with the first step, which is the most important step, and this is washing your face with a suitable cleanser for your skin type and needs. My best recommendation would be sticking to a gentle cleanser to avoid sensitivity and irritation. That's working well for your skin type, does not dry out the skin nor irritates the skin. Then once you're done with washing your face with your gentle cleanser, move on to your PHA toner, apply that one, and after that follow with either a moisturizer that already includes SPF or followed with just a sunscreen afterwards to protect the skin during daytime. Now, if you're planning on using your PHA toner in the evening, then again, get started by using a gentle cleanser. In that specific case, you may want to look for a cleanser that's able to remove sunscreen and or makeup if you have worn it throughout the day, or just stick to your daily gentle cleanser, wash your face with it, move on to your PHA toner, apply it, and then if needed, follow with a moisturizer, which of course depends on your skin type and needs. And in the evening is no sunscreen needed. And so again, doesn't matter if you're using your PHA toner in the morning and or evening, please always make sure to use sun protection during daytime when being exposed to the sun. And so this is what I wanted to share with you. I'm going over it step by step. So again, the first step is going to be washing your face with a suitable cleanser for your skin type and needs. I have several examples right here of gentle cleansers for different skin types, like Roche-Posay Toleriane Dermo-Cleanser or Paula's Choice Oil Reducing Cleanser. Those are great options for dry skin, more oilier skin type. Or in the evening, if you are wearing sunscreen and makeup and you want to break it down and it's a bit more stubborn, then you may want to look into a balm cleanser to make sure that everything comes off, that there's no residue left before continuing with the rest of your skincare routine. And so in this example, I'm going to stick to Roche-Posay Dermo-Cleanser, which is suitable for dry, sensitive skin. If you have a different skin type, you have a different cleanser at home that you truly love, go ahead and do so and use that one to wash your face. Please make sure to read on the back of the packaging on how you should use your cleanser, either on dry or on wet skin, and how you have to remove it, because this can change depending on the cleanser that you're using. And so I'm going to stick to the one from Roche-Posay, and that one has to be applied on dry skin, then massage it onto the skin, and then either just remove it with cotton pads to dry away or with water, depending on your preference and what works best for you. So again, if your cleanser has to be applied on wet skin, the first step that you would do is now wetting your face with lukewarm water to warm water, and then take a bit of your cleanser and massage it onto the skin. In my case, I'm immediately going to use about 1 to 2 pumps of the cleanser, or use about a coin-size amount of your cleanser. Use it in the palm of your hand and then gently massage it all over your face and neck for about 30 seconds to a minute. Make sure that you're going to read on the back of the packaging if you can use it around the eyes or if you should avoid the eye area depending on the cleanser that you're using. So, and once you have massaged your cleanser all over your face and neck, you now can go ahead and, depending on the cleanser that you're using, either remove it the dry way with tissues or cotton pads, or if you can also rinse it off with water, then go ahead and now rinse it off with water. I recommend using lukewarm water to warm water to make sure that it feels comfortable on the skin. Now, if you should have troubles removing the cleanser by just using your hands, especially when doing this above the sink, you can take a fresh cloth, wet it, and then gently swipe off the cleanser so that there's no residue left. So, and now go ahead and take a fresh towel and pat the skin damp. So now once you're done with your cleansing step, you now can either go ahead and immediately move on to the Inkey List PHA Toner, or in case you should have the Inkey List Hyaluronic Acid at home, then the Inkey List recommends using their hyaluronic acid before applying the PHA toner. So this is an optional step depending on if you have their hyaluronic acid or not, and I'm going to include it in case you have. However, if you do not have it, then you can skip this step and immediately move on to your PHA toner. Now, when using the Inkey List Hyaluronic Acid, use about like a pea-sized amount so that you can evenly apply it all over your face and neck. Just make sure to not get it into your eyes nor into your mouth. Then use it between your hands and evenly apply it all over. Once you have applied the Inkey List Hyaluronic Acid all over your face and neck, then give it 30 seconds to a minute so it can fully absorb into the skin, and make sure that you haven't used too much because it shouldn't feel sticky, nor should you feel a residue left on the skin surface. If that should be the case, then please by the next time reduce the amount of product that you have used. But it's important that you're using enough so that you can evenly blend it all over. And once you have applied it, it has fully absorbed into the skin, then you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. And after that, you're going to move on to the Inkey List PHA Toner. Now there are two ways on how you can use it. Either apply it with a cotton pad or you can apply it with the palm of your hands. Either way is fine. This of course depends on your personal preference. If you're planning on using it with a cotton pad, then go ahead and take a fresh cotton pad and use about a coin size amount. This amount is of course completely adjustable, but please do not absorb the entire cotton pad full of PHA toner, because this is going to be way too much. Make sure that you're using enough on your toner so that you have enough to evenly swipe it across your face and neck. So about that much, more or less. Of course, again, it is completely adjustable. And then go ahead and take your cotton pad and evenly swipe it across your face and neck. And this is one way on how you can do it when using a cotton pad. However, if you prefer to use it in the palm of your hand, that's completely fine. Usually, when using it in the palm of your hand, you do not need as much as product as if you would use it with a cotton pad, because it does not absorb that much. And so use about a coin size amount in the palm of your hand. And then use it between your hands and evenly apply it all over your face and neck. Please make sure to not use it on top of your eyelids, and please do not get it into your mouth nor into your eyes, so that it won't irritate this specific area. So, and once you have applied it all over your face and neck, you had enough product to evenly blend it all over, it is able to absorb into the skin, then you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. Your PHA toner is a leave-on exfoliating acid toner, so if you're going to use it in the morning, you're going to leave it on the skin for the entire day, and when washing your face in the evening, this is when you're going to rinse it off. And if you're using it in the evening, you're going to leave it on the skin for the entire night and rinse it off in the morning when washing your face again. And so this is what I mean by leaving it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. And so once you're done with the application of your PHA toner, and let's say this is going to be your evening routine, then you can stop right here. You don't have to use a moisturizer afterwards. This depends on your skin type and your needs. However, if you're planning on using a moisturizer afterwards, of course go ahead and use the one that's suitable for your skin type and needs. I have an example right here. If you're planning on using your moisturizer, use about a pea-size amount, about like 2 to 3 pumps, so that you have enough that you can evenly blend it all over your face and neck. Then go ahead, use it between your fingertips and then gently apply it all over so that you have an even thin layer of your moisturizer on top of your PHA toner. If you have a drier skin type, of course you can adjust the amount and maybe use a bit more if you should feel the need. So this is an example of how you can do it if it's going to be your evening routine. However, during daytime, please don't forget to either protect the skin with a moisturizer that has already SPF in it, or with a regular sunscreen that's working well for your skin type and your needs. And when applying your sunscreen in your morning routine, like as your last step of your skincare routine, then please make sure that you're using enough. You should be using about half a teaspoon for your face and neck. This is just an overall guide. And make sure that you have enough product so that you can evenly apply it all over. And as a guide, if you're being new to it, you can go ahead and use a teaspoon next to you so that you have an idea of how much this is going to be. And once you remember the amount, then you just can put it in the palm of your hand and have enough for the entire face and neck, maybe décolletage as well, if that's being exposed to the sun. Now make sure that you're going to use your moisturizer with SPF or your sunscreen alone, that you're going to apply 10 to 15 minutes before sun exposure. If you are not having that much sun exposure, use an SPF of 15 or greater. However, if you're planning on being exposed to the sun for several hours throughout the day without seeking shade, use an SPF of 30 or greater, and maybe look into a water-resistant sunscreen as well. Please don't forget to reapply your sunscreen if you should have like a lot of sweating, if you went for a swim, have a lot of outdoor activity where the sunscreen can move around or to some extent wear off, then the reapplication during daytime is important. Again, you only need to use sunscreen when being exposed to the sun during daytime. In the evening, there is no sunscreen needed. Now, of course, depending on your skin type, you are going to use the specific sunscreen or moisturizer SPF accordingly. And I have a few examples right here from Paula's Choice or Anessa, and I'm going to stick with just a regular sunscreen. I'm going to stick to the Anessa sunscreen, which is also great if you have sensitive skin. So just as an example, if you have a different one at home, of course, go ahead and exchange it to the sunscreen or moisturizer with SPF that you have at home. So again, use about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon for your face, neck and décolletage. Then use it between your hands and evenly apply it all over. So, and once you have applied your sunscreen all over or your moisturizer with SPF, then again you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. Now, the guide by using half a teaspoon for your face and neck is just a guide, which is of course completely adjustable. If you should end up, depending on the sunscreen that you're using, with having too much sunscreen left, then blend it further down towards your décolletage, maybe your shoulders. And for the next time, you know that if only your face and neck is being exposed to the sun, that you need to reduce the amount of sunscreen that you're using. And the opposite applies as well. If you feel like you have not used enough and you aren't able to blend it properly all over, then by the next time you know that you need to use a bit more to make sure that you're going to protect the skin during daytime when being exposed to the sun. And this is what I wanted to share with you on how you can use the Inkey List PHA Toner. If you want to look into the example routines again, if you want to have a look, a closer look at what you should avoid when using your PHA toner, I'm going to leave the PowerPoint slides in the description box down below as a guide so that you can download them and follow this step by step and remember it. And this is what I wanted to share with you. I do hope that you find this video helpful, that you enjoyed it. If you did so, please don't forget to give the thumbs up as well as share it. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye!